everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play some Final Fantasy XIV. Today we are going to start one of the most hated dungeons in the game. The 1,000 Maws of Totorak. Now, to be fair, this dungeon isn't really that bad. The problem stems from the fact that low-level dungeon roulette favors this place, and thus people are just pretty goddamn sick of it. So yeah. But anyway, we're gonna fill this out, but this dungeon is does something a little bit new. And you'll see it shortly once we actually progress a little bit. Now, of course, we have just, you know, mostly the standard trash and crap, which is everywhere in this dungeon. As usual. Nothing new there. It's pretty much, they're all just, you know, a sheep in a different pair of clothing, that's all, really. And I'm actually, like, remembering my rotation today. So I'm just gonna read this just for funsies. If you want to pause that and read it, go ahead. But as you can see here, there is a Magitech photo cell there in the background. That is actually one of our objectives in this place. There are 10 of these spread out across I believe it's 10, spread out across the dungeon. Some are just hanging out here. And others are rewards from trash mobs. We need 8 of these to actually complete the dungeon. We need 4 to access the first boss and another 4 to access the second boss. Now, obviously, it doesn't matter who picks these up or anything like that. Does it actually show it here? No, we're not far enough. So here we go. This dungeon actually has 2 separate paths to go. It does not matter which path you take, there is an equal amount of photocells on each path, so the trash is a little different, but it honestly does not matter which way you go. It is ultimately, well, pretty much the tank who just picks a way to go and stays there. You can go back and forth to clear all the trash if you're in a group that's trying to level, but most people don't do that because, like I said, this dungeon is pretty hated because it is very frequent in duty roulette. People are just, oh, this goddamn dungeon again. But yeah, like I said, it's not that bad. There's nothing terribly difficult about it or anything like that. It's people are just tired of it. I want to transpose first, that would really help. And I get trash loot. Yay! So you can actually end up filling out the whole map just by taking one path. Because the map fills out in chunks, and usually you can get close enough to fill out a segment. But if I don't, no big deal. No big deal. Now these little dudes in there, in the corner, are ranged, which can be a tiny bit of a pain in the butt for the tank positioning these things, but it doesn't really matter all that much. Especially that one. I hate that one, because it's like tucked away in the corner, and you can't easily, I want to transpose first, you can't easily turn them around. Because yes, I have tanked, healed, and DPS'd every single dungeon in this game. I probably should escape them, but nope. Okay, I had enough time to kill him. we're missing a bunch of photocells here. Because this is actually the room with the first boss. And there's actually, I forgot about that one. Now, that one that was just picked up is actually in the boss room itself. I forgot about that. I was thinking that was in the second boss room, but nope, it was right behind us. There's another one further down here. I don't remember like the exact locations of all of them, obviously. Like there's a small room up here where you can get a first one. Like it doesn't matter which ones you get. As long as you get 4, that's all you need to progress to each part. It's kind of weird that this place is infested with lice. I wonder who is their prey, because these are rather large. Yeah. For those who don't know, louse is, yeah, the singular form of lice. Yeah, so we hit the one that was right up here. Now we are actually going backwards at this point because we didn't get that first photocell there, but we have another one right here, so no big deal. Okay, so now that we have the 4 cells we need, we're gonna go back to the boss room. And as you can see, there's a little blockage here that will keep us from going further. Now basically just someone has to interact with the terminal, and basically it's a trap and the boss will spawn. This guy has poison. So yeah, any ranged people might want to stay away from him. The poison can be ascended off, but since we have a Scholar healer, they don't have any way to get it off, so that's not going to happen. So this boss is it's rather easy, except for the poison. It is a pure tank and spank. There is nothing interesting remotely about it or anything like that, which is another reason why this dungeon is kind of lame and hated, is that the bosses are rather lackluster. As you can see, we're just beating the crap out of it. We're just standing still. There's nothing to dodge and nothing. The only thing is, don't stand in front if you don't need to, and you won't get poisoned. And that's it. So with the boss down, I'm gonna roll neat on that. Basically, just interact with the terminal. Put your 4 photocells in there. If you have more than that, it will only take 4. It won't take them all. And the field is deactivated, and we can continue. And this part, this second segment of the dungeon is pretty much the same as the first, except the photocells are more dropped by the mobs rather than sitting out in the open. These Warden's Whips can poison as well, but so they can either be just ascended off or healed through. Scholar's got Cleric stance on, so they're mostly DPSing. The Fairy can take care of most of the healing in this dungeon, so Why did I just go into fire? And for the drop, we get a Magitech photocell again. Hooray! Now most of these are little side corners or dead ends. Some of them have treasure chests in them. Some of them just have trash. I think at least one of them has a photocell. But again, there's extras in this dungeon, so... As you can see, what I find interesting about this dungeon is the atmosphere of this place will slowly change. As you can see, like now, we're starting to see a little bit of plant life in here in the dankness. Other than just the standard moss on the walls. Like, it started out looking just like somebody's cellar. And now it's looking a little bit more wild. Not sure why these puddings are here, though. These are the only two in the entire dungeon. Like, it's just... They feel just really out of place to me. Like, for the enemies so far, we've seen, you know, killer poisonous plants and bugs and more killer plants. And then we have random flans down here. I don't get it either. Not quite. Oh, I made him mad. Bind him. Ha ha ha. No, see, I'm standing too close, so yeah, I'm getting poisoned, but whatever. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Don't you worry. See, still totally alive. I'm okay. It's like a broken door there, or something. Haha, look at me, they poisoned so many times, my system has produced antibodies against it. Oh yeah. Wait, look at these plants, they're like phosphorescent down here. It's both cool and creepy at the same time. It's like one of those things, you know, it would be cool to have in real life, but I'm not so sure if I should be worried about it or not. And they may be radioactive. should we be worried about all when we're down here? I don't know. Once again, another Magitech photocell. Cute, the little planties would help if I transpose properly. So I'm just gonna open this treasure chest in the corner here, and I don't even get anything for it. It's just trash, but it was already right there. So now, once again, we have a little bit of a change in dungeon. Well, the atmosphere, rather. And that we have a sticky web that's barring our way. If everyone manages to, once you get too close to it, it will suck you in if you're in range. If everyone gets in, obviously you do not have to break open the sticky web because there'll be no one behind it. But that usually doesn't happen, so... usually you want the tank to go in first because there's going to be more of these, and I now see there's like cocoony-like things around here. Usually want the tank to go in first because some of them have actual monsters that will spawn when somebody is pulled in. So you want to be careful of that. I'm not sure why he's waiting on my MP because I'm a black mage and I have infinite MP. That's alright though. He's just trying to be nice. We have another sticky web a little further ahead. That one we do have to break open because You might not be able to see it well unless you're at full screen, but you can see a blue glow similar to the first boss room hanging out up there. I have no idea what the hell's going on in my free company chat because I'm just obviously paying attention to what I'm actually doing for once and not screwing up my rotation. At least not as bad as I usually botch it. I swear I know what I'm doing as this class, guys. It's just I haven't played it in so long. So the muscle memory is just not... 7 Diorite webs, really? Jesus. I would've liked those. That's alright. The trash here from monsters is random. Now, unless you got one of the early ones, extra ones from the first segment, you're gonna have to go down this hallway to get one of the fourth one. For the longest time, I actually thought there was only 9 photocells in here until one day somebody picked up a 10th and a little one of those dead-end corners that nobody ever went down, or at least nobody I would ever partied with went down, so I didn't even know it existed. So I'm always used to coming down this hallway if that very first room that we didn't go into. Now, I don't want to target and attack the Magitech photocell. I need that. I think that other branch has just more trash mobs down there. We've actually like skipped obviously a bunch of trash mobs because of the split branch there as well. So this one is pretty much the exact same boss as the first time, with one small exception. So uncreative for them to do this. I'm not sure why they called this the Coral of Ninetails. I mean, I get the joke about, you know, the coral being the cat, but it's a freaking Ochu. It's not... I mean, if it was like an actual coral, like the first boss in Satasha, that would actually make sense. Now, here is where it differs. We have 2 little ads that spawn this time. But since they spawn so late and the boss is actually so easy to kill, most people just end up skipping the ads. There is, obviously, in addition to the poison, a slow effect, which is a pain in the butt. If you have the ability to Suna it off, you probably want to do that. And we don't have Protect on. Ha! I just noticed that right now. But yeah, in most cases, most people don't even bother killing the ads. The tank just holds on to them and you just burn the boss. Because as soon as you kill the boss, they're going to disappear. So yeah. And I actually never put on those pants I got earlier. So, ooh, I'm going to take the belt. And I'm going to take that too. No, click on that, thank you. I'm actually getting lucky with loot here today. But now I have replaced my nerdy glasses with a monocle. Now I'm extra nerdy now. Now we have another slight environmental change here. Now we have this ugly green slime. Which gives you, it says it's leaden. It's basically heavy. But it will only affect you while you're standing in it. And obviously it affects everybody. It cannot be assumed off. It's an environmental thing. Walking in it at a lot of points is unavoidable, but in some cases you can pull the mobs in and around it. That makes it, for the most part, for range people, you don't necessarily have to pull it out of the muck here. For melee, it might make it a little bit easier for them because they have to be on the move. But since the trash dies pretty quickly, it's not a big deal. whether you do or do not. One of these side rooms here, it could be a next set, actually has a lightning sprite hidden in it, and you can avoid it if you walk past it when he's not facing you. So sometimes you end up pulling it, sometimes you don't. I can't remember if it was that one or the one coming up. I haven't actually done this dungeon in quite a while. And the sticky webs are getting more and more prevalent here. Now you might have seen it a little bit a moment ago. These fleshy pods here, if I can get the camera angle, they will die instantly in one hit. Usually the tank will like shield lob or tomahawk it, or somebody with bio will hit it. They'll die in one hit, but they'll explode and give a couple second of poison effect if you're in range of that. So that's why you just always want to just have someone with a ranged attack instantly smack it. Just use like instant casts or anything like that. You don't want to waste any manpower on them. See, we have more of these cocoony things. That's what I actually like about this place. Is like I said, the environment changes slowly, bit by bit, as you get further and further in. It's not just like the same crap. Well, the first two bosses are obviously, which sucks. Not sure how much HP those things actually have, but like I said, since they die in one hit, it really doesn't matter. I'm gonna let that tick down over there. Oh, we murdered this thing. Now here you can actually see, I think these are like the Ochu guys. You can actually see stuff actually still in them. Up there. Which is kind of creepy, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like those are like the Ochu guys. Like they're everywhere. Oh, ew! They're like right above my head. Ew. See, now it's getting creepier and creepier and creepier. Now there is two treasure loots in this room. This little corner here is actually completely avoidable. A lot of people do avoid it because you get two ranged monsters in here. The loot in this room can be one of those slightly valuable pieces of dungeon loot, but for the most part it's nothing, which is again one reason why most people avoid this room. With more creepy dead monsters stuck to the walls. Everywhere. I almost feel like a radioactive spider or something lives here. Maybe we'll become Spider-Man. Probably not, though. Or maybe the Sylph Elder came here to become Spider-Man. Oh ho ho! No, he didn't, but... They stuck a fleshy pod around the corner there. You can take a wide turn, you can avoid it. There's just two fleshy pods. Not sure why they put a door there. It was completely unnecessary for them to do that. See, I got through there, and these cell mites actually only spawn when you actually enter this room. forgetting how potent Fire 2 is on the MP. No big dealio, though. We got this. Nope. Not fire. Ice, but fire. There we go. That's a little better. Don't want to screw up my stacks now, do I? No, I don't. Now, the other problem with this dungeon is you can see it's actually a bit on the lengthy side. Like, we're almost a half an hour in. This is actually the final trash pull coming up right here. It's just Lightning Sprite. And another little fleshy pod, which my memory was telling me it was a Cellmite and not one of those things. But, oh well. Not like I'm gonna die from that poison. Alright. So we're gonna have a little lengthy cutscene. Sorry, I was just trying to warn my party there. Hi with our look at our Monaco, we're so cute. Now this cutscene will only play the first time you're actually in this dungeon. Wait a minute. That's right, bitch. You better recognize.
Thagon well rogue, Torsan Opaiki. Mayhap I might if I deign to speak in my guest crude tongue. We meet at last. I am Lahabrea of the Asians, servant to the one true God.
Oh my god, somebody who actually properly introduced themselves. I don't believe it.
Yours is a most fantastical tale, truly absorbing. It is a tale to tell Eorzea's children before bedtime, and it will soon be dark, bringer of light.
The dark minions.
All that stands between this world and darkness is an irksome anomaly in the ether. The Echo. Yes, yours is a most fascinating tale. Alas, like all good tales, it must needs come to an end. But fear not.
Here, feel the presence of evil.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
For the end of your tale is but the beginning of another. The tale of the crystal's demise.
I don't like the looks of this. At all. And finally, we have the boss. Again, that cutscene will only appear the first time you actually do this dungeon as part of the story. You won't have to put up with that any other time. Now, this place is obviously filled with the usual muck and a bunch of freaking fleshy pods here, which I'm going to get rid of some of them over here. Now, the boss himself is obviously one of these giant Cellmites, but he's got a few other tricks up his sleeve. Obviously, he's got some AoEs, which are broadcast, so... That sticky web attack, I believe, is random. It hits the target, and it will leave one of these fleshy pods here. Now, he does have ads, as you can see. These are the little, cellmite-looking guys. We're gonna want to get rid of these, at least the first set. Get rid of that. These fleshy pods are obviously the exact same as before. They explode and will give you a poison effect if you're too close to them. Get these ugly little scorpions out of my way. And I was too close, but it's alright. We'll be fine. Now that was a little earthquake-like effect, that Realm Shaker. So after a while, the skin will fall off his tail, and now, as you can see, his tail will start spreading little globs of poison everywhere, and if you walk into it, you get the pollen effect, which is a perpetual poison. So long as you're standing in it, it cannot be suited off. You need to get out of there. So basically, we want to kill the tail, because that is what's causing the effect here on the field. And you can see it stabs it and creates even a bigger one. Now, obviously, there are 2 more ads that will spawn. It's hit or miss. Sometimes the tank will just tank these up, and the DPS will ignore them in favor of just burning down the boss, as with the second boss. Sometimes people kill them. Now, eventually, obviously, after a period of time, this poison will disappear off the floor, like had just happened. And that's it! It's pretty easy. Like I said, the main problem with this dungeon is just the frequency in which it shows up in Duty Roll, and the bosses are just lackluster, but obviously, we start expanding on the story here, and the environment changes as you go in deeper, which I really enjoy. So, I'm gonna give my commendation to the healer, because I like scholars. Man, I'm getting everything today! Hooray! So awesome when that happens. Because when I went through like the first 3 dungeons with like barely getting anything. Alright, so we have one more cutscene as we're exiting this place. Because remember, we came in here to find the Sylph Elder. Because apparently he came in here to hide. But where is he? I wouldn't... Yeah, I was gonna say, I wouldn't call necessarily air down here fresh, but... if it's breathable, I suppose. Hello? Hi? Are you the Sylph I'm looking for? You are most welcome. I had some friends, but they had to go. Mommy was calling. Hooray! We found you at last. You know what that means? It's flashback time. Well, considering you're all in, Imperial armor over here, you're hardly being inconspicuous. What did you do? You're a meanie. Hmm. Uh-oh. This is why you don't inner monologue out loud. Poor Elder's probably like, yeah, what's going on here? At least I didn't pass out unconscious on the floor again this time. That's an improvement. Well, I came to rescue you. We heard you were in trouble. Yeah, this place is starting to smell funny. Can we get out of here now? Now, I find it interesting that in universe we're actually leaving the same way we came and not via a magic teleporty out, which I think is kind of cool. So yeah, that's it. We're gonna have to learn a bit more later, because if you remember way back when, the reason we came to the Sills in the first place is they're a bit worried about Ramu here, with Ifrit being summoned and whatnot. So we're trying to learn more about, the Sills and make peace with them and be like, okay, super seriously, guys, you're not gonna summon again. Or anything, are you? Please, please. We've had enough of primals already. And then we went through all this rigmarole and whatever, and we finally found the Elder, who is a dude but looks like somebody's grandma. I just thought I'd point that out. I find that utterly hilarious. But yeah, again, we're gonna have to wait until next time. Obviously, as you can see, our objective is actually we're gonna report to Buscarin first. Let him know, hooray, we were successful and found the Elder. Everything's cool. Maybe we'll get a beer or three, and then hooray, everybody's happy. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I shall see you next time.